Hey guys, it's Zoe. So today I'm going to be talking about my reading routine, my reading process, that whole shindig. I really don't have a set reading routine. My routine, for lack of a better word, is wake up, read every spare second, read before bed, go to sleep. Pretty much all I do with my day anyways, so that's about it. 5-second video, there we go. Kidding. So yeah, I will try and formulate this into something that makes sense to other people, but without further ado, here we go. So the first thing I like to do in the morning is something super cheesy, and I check to see if Kurt left me a good morning message, because he leaves for work at least several hours before I wake up for the day, and he tends to send me a good morning message saying he hopes I have a great day, with a lot of just cheesy grossness in it, and I love it, and it makes my whole day. That's the first thing I read every morning. It doesn't really count, but it counts for me. I'm gonna go throw up now. Anyways, after that, I sometimes will check my phone, but most of the time I will lean over to my nightstand, grab whatever book I was reading the night before, and try and read at least 20 pages, which usually turns into 50, and then I drag my ass out of bed. That doesn't usually change. Every morning is about the same with that. After that, I like to go and get ready for the day. I go shower. I will either listen to an audiobook or music, depending on how I'm feeling that day. Music usually wins out because I can hear that better over the sound of the water. I have trouble hearing the audiobook sometimes, so unless I find a really loud one or I put it as close to the shower as possible, it's usually the music that wins out. I need to get one of those Bluetooth shower speakers so I can put it in the shower and I can listen to more audiobooks, because that'd be awesome. After that, I get ready, I do my makeup, I get dressed, and I like to read a physical book at that time just because I can read faster than I can listen to it, and it's more beneficial for me to actually read the physical copy. After that, I really don't have a set routine. I try and just complete whatever tasks I had written down in my agenda for the day. If there's not much, I have more reading time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually try to film, but then I end up usually filming on the day that I post the video because it takes forever to come up with an idea. In a perfect week, I film Tuesdays and Thursdays on the weekend so I can edit and then post Monday, Wednesday, Friday at a decent time. It hasn't been perfect weeks for the last little bit, but we're working on it. And this is really when me reading every spare second comes into play. I have a habit of reading when I'm doing honestly anything else. Doesn't matter what it is. I like to read while I'm eating. Doesn't matter if it's a snack or an actual meal. Usually anytime I'm eating, I'm reading, unless I'm at the dinner table with the family, because that's frowned upon, and Yaya gets mad at me when I read and eat at the same time. But the little kids are allowed to watch videos on their tablet, so my argument is if they get to fry their brains with that crap, I get to read a book. It hasn't really worked out for me yet because she runs the show. I'll keep trying. Anyways, if I'm eating something that requires two hands and will get my fingers greasy or something like that, I still read. I find ways around it. Anyone who says that you can't eat and read really hasn't tried hard enough. I've been known to, I've been known to use my elbow to flip pages, my chin, my nose. I have used my forehead. I have a slightly larger than average forehead, so that actually works really well. In dire circumstances, I have used my lips, my teeth, and my tongue to flip a page. Anything to keep reading, really. It's kind of a problem, especially when I'm wearing lipstick, but I need to keep reading. When I was still working at my old job, from home to work and back was usually at least half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on traffic, so I would get an audiobook and listen to that then. From home to school and back is even farther than that. Again, depending on traffic, it can take up to 40 minutes each way. It's taken over an hour sometimes, depending on how ridiculous the traffic gets, so that's a great time for audiobooks as well. I bring a book with me everywhere, no matter where I'm going, because I never know what's gonna happen. Sundays are designated movie day for my mom and I, and Kurt usually comes along with us now too. I bring a book when I go to the movies, because you never know if there's gonna be a long line, or if we get there super early and I have time to read before the previews. I have been caught on my mother's own personal version of Candid Camera, reading in line. There's a picture somewhere. I'll find that and I'll put it probably like right here. I bring a book even if I'm going to the grocery store. Usually I'll bring an audiobook though and listen while I'm going through the aisles. I actually love grocery shopping. It's surprisingly relaxing for me. Combined with reading an audiobook, it's a great part of my day. Actually, I think I need to go today. I'm excited. More reading time. Awesome. Wow, I choked. Okay, moving on. If I know I have a large chunk of time where I do get to read, there are some things that I like to do. I don't usually end up doing them every time, but it's something that I try to get in. I have favorite reading spots for those times. Gotta get the charger. Oh, she's dying. Oh, okay. No. Okay, better. Get my blanket again. What was I saying? I have a couple of favorite reading spots if I do have that extended chunk of time to read. One of them is this chair that I'm sitting on. We call it a mushroom chair. It kind of looks like a mushroom. This was my favorite reading spot before Kurt and I moved in together, and my mom bought us the most amazing sectional with a ton of cozy little corners that I can read in. It's fantastic. You're a gem, Mom. That's my favorite couch in the entire world. I'm sorry, mushroom chair. You've been demoted. But this one, it spins a lot and I love it. Spinning chairs are always better than non-spinning chairs, except for that sectional, because even though it doesn't spin, it's the greatest damn thing in the entire world. On this big comfy couch that we have, I do have spots that I like more than others. There are 4 different ways I can sit on this couch and kick up my legs and lean back and just relax. I only really use 2 of them. The one spot is usually Kurt's when we're lying down together, and the other spot is mine. It's closer to the window so I can get good natural lighting. When I do get the chance to curl up on the couch with a good book, I like to have this blanket, this wonderful blanket, my gray one of my favorite colors. I don't really have any set comfy clothes. I'm one of those really weird people that is almost more comfortable in jeans than in pajamas. I don't know why. I've always been that way. I do have very comfortable pajamas, but I'm always more comfortable in jeans. But I do like having really comfy sweaters on, like this one of my degree sweaters. I have 3 of them now because I hate myself apparently. And going back to school for 3 degrees in 7 years is just one of my ways to torture myself, I guess. So when I get my fuzzy blanket and my comfy sweater, I like to get a cup of tea. Lately, I've been on a apple cinnamon tea kick, especially the one from Timmy's. I don't know what it is about that one, but that tea is just so good. I usually go back and forth between that one, Earl Grey vanilla, or peppermint tea. I can sit in that exact spot with the natural light hitting my book and my wonderful tea and my cozy blanket and my cozy sweater for hours. If I am left to my own devices, I've been known to read 7 books in a single day. 7 or 8, I can't remember right now. It wasn't in that spot. I haven't binge read like that in quite some time, but I have big plans this Sunday for when Kurt's gone to an antique show to literally not move at all and just read. I don't really like to read in bed as much as I used to, just because it hurts my back a lot. I do try and read before bed every night, but I end up switching spots every 5 seconds, and sitting up with a stack of pillows makes my back hurt so much more than reading on the couch. I don't know why, because I'm in the exact same position, but on the bed hurts much more than on the couch. I am also one of those people that tends to fall asleep while they're reading. I've taken a book to the face one too many times from dropping it while I've been sleeping, right on the nose, and it hurts a lot, especially hardcovers. I don't recommend doing that. Most nights too, Kurt ends up waking me up, telling me to shut the damn light off because it's 3 in the morning and you fell asleep again. I'm sorry, bum. I try. I don't mean to fall asleep, but it just happens. I'll get better, I promise. Probably not, but you know what they need to invent? A light that shuts off after a certain amount of time. I mean, they have it with TVs. Why can't they have it with lights? If they already have it with lights, somebody please link it for me. I need it. Because I know you can do it with some TVs where you set it on a timer and you can fall asleep and it'll shut off by itself. I need that with a light, so this doesn't happen. Alright? Shark Tank, Dragon's Den. I don't remember which one the Canadian one is, or the American one, but one of those two. We need it. I mean, if that whole clap on, clap off business was a thing, a light with a timer can be a thing just as easily. I believe in the world. So yeah, that was my eclectic, all over the place reading process. I think I covered everything. I really just like to read any spare second. I've always been like this. I've always wanted to read more than do anything. There were times when I was younger where my mom would catch me reading while I was supposed to be doing homework. I would sit next to my nightlight on the floor and read after my mom thought I had gone to bed. Don't know why I just didn't get a book light. I think I had one and the batteries ran out and it was more convenient to use my nightlight, but reading every spare second is a skill that I've honed over my 24 years. Like I've said before, I'm pretty sure I came out of the womb reading, and practice makes perfect, you know? With that being said, I just want to remind everyone that reading isn't a competition, and if you read slowly or you read less than most people, you're still reading, and that is really all that counts. Your Goodreads reading challenge or your personal reading challenge that you've set for the year, even if you don't complete it or it's a lot smaller than other people, you're still reading. Reading is a very personal thing, and I've always felt that it's not something that you should compare to other people. I've never liked the idea of reading being a competition. Basically, the only thing that counts is, like I've said, the fact that you're reading. It doesn't matter how long your books are, what kind of books, if you read something that other people don't like, if you read things that other people do like, it doesn't really matter as long as you're reading. Some people only get the chance to read maybe once a day, once a week, once a month. Whatever that situation is, it doesn't make you lesser of a person because you can't read as much as some other people. people, or that you can't read as fast as some other people. Well, after that whole bit, I think that's really all I had to say for today. If I end up thinking of any other times that I read that I didn't mention, I will put that down in the description box below. To stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, all at You're a Book Nerd Zoe. I hope you all have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!